How are you feeling? How's the knee as you prepare for a practice on a Wednesday?
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously, they cleared me for practice, so excited to get back out there, test it out a little bit, but it feels really good.
Can you tell us at what point maybe that happened in the game or when you first noticed it?
I have no idea. Was on the plane and kind of figured it out. So figured it out on Monday, but yeah, I didn't know during the game.
Your reaction, obviously you have a rapport, you have a relationship with Phillip Rivers. Your reaction to now sharing a locker room with a guy who has been your mentor?
Yeah, really weird, but awesome. I mean, he's been a mentor of mine for a long time. Excited to get back with him. He showed up and he said, you could write a book about this. So I'm excited about it. Great guy. So obviously we live really close to each other back home, so it's really cool.
Do you have any limitations in practice?
I don't think so. No, I'm not sure, but as far as I know, I'm gonna go out there and give it my best.
Do you feel like you can do just about everything?
I think so. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe a little frustrating with Phillips here, considering it feels like you're helping him play.
I've learned. I'm only a rookie, but I've learned in this business. I mean, I don't have an opinion on it. Just excited to be my best, and he's obviously a good friend, mentor of mine. So yeah, I'm excited he's here.
Yeah, how much are you looking forward to this opportunity, though, knowing that what happened with Daniel, you were next in line? So give me your thoughts on just, if your name's called this week, how much you're looking forward to the opportunity?
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity. Obviously, a cool environment to play in. You got to love road games and playing away in hostile environments. So excited about that. And everything with Daniel, obviously thoughts and prayers go out to him first and foremost. I mean, that's the guy who taught me everything I know about playing in this league. He's been the guy since I've been here, and really excited for my opportunity, but bummed it came in a way that was kind of out of my control. But yeah.
Riley, how do you think you'll start on Sunday?
I don't know. I'm just here to play my best, be my best at practice today.
Riley, how much do you appreciate the fact that Phil was even willing to go for it? He was telling us he really couldn't live with himself if he didn't just try.
I respect it. I mean, Coach Freeman, actually, this came from Coach Freeman. He said regret only comes from missed opportunities, not failed opportunities. So if you got an opportunity to play football and you don't take advantage of that and try, you'll have regret. But if you try and fail, I mean, that's another story. So, yeah, it's a Coach Freeman wisdom for the day. But, I respect it.
In those sessions that you had with Phillip leading up to the draft, what did you see from him and his ability and his arm?
Really cool. Obviously, when I got drafted here, he was one of the first people I texted, and could have walked over to his house, but drove over to his house, and we just went over the Colts playbook. So here we are now. Really cool though. He's super competitive, and the most competitive person I've ever been around. Him and Daniel actually probably neck and neck. But I mean, he's still got it. He mentally, he probably thinks he's 20 years old. So I'm sure you guys see that, but he's got everything it takes. So
When Daniel went down, a lot of people are like, hey, this season's over, not making the playoffs. But now here's an opportunity for you and the other guys to step up. What is the mentality, the mindset of trying to prove folks wrong and try to get into the postseason?
Shoot, I mean, a year ago, they said our season was over when we lost to NIU at Notre Dame. And probably right in saying that, but sure enough, turned out, for us. So you don't got to worry about what anybody says. I feel like we're still in control of our own destiny. 8-5, I mean, sounds like a good record to me. So I think a lot of wins out there left out there for us, but we're excited to go attack them and excited for the rest of the season, and especially this week.
When you had those throwing sessions with Phil leading up to the draft, was there ever a moment where you were like, man, he's still got it?
I mean, I knew he still got it, but it was never like past that, like could he come back and play or anything. But obviously I knew, like, with throwing together, he still had it. I mean, there were times we always finished our sessions with some type of competition, and whether it was throwing to the net or something. And I used to get out there, and when it was my day to pick the competition, I would have us sprint out as fast as you can and throw on the run or something like that. And if I got him that day in particular, he sent me like a voice memo at 11 p.m. at night complaining on how I cheated and how I picked an unfair drill. So, yeah, I knew he still had it, but it's crazy. I mean, it's as crazy to me as it is to anybody, but yeah, it's cool.
Definitely unusual circumstances call for unusual answers. Thankful that we got the guys that knows the system, that knows the building, that knows the guys. I'm just able to step in and help us right away. So
Given that you guys are in this, playoff hunt, you're in a fight in the month of December. Shane mentioned that Phil gives you juice. How much juice does this add for you guys, a little bit of fire as you prepare for a hostile environment in Seattle?
Oh, no question. I mean, obviously he's been in every environment there's known a man. We know what we got up against us. Obviously, it's a talented Seattle team on both sides of the ball. We got to come in there with a good game plan, ready to win.
I know that Shane likes to talk about relentlessness. Also, resilience is part of this. How much is this Sunday an opportunity to prove how resilient this group can be?
Oh, no question. It's all about one. In this league, narratives, odds, all that other stuff, that changes every week. Just got to focus on one play at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time. Obviously, like I said, we're going over to the West Coast to play a good team, but we're a good team. And we proved that throughout the year, this year. So we just got to go out there, execute, and play hard.
You just jumped in here. What is it like having a 44-year-old guy, future Hall of Famer, hanging out with y'all in this locker room trying to get some win on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I know Phil. And we've stayed in contact, even after his retirement, throughout the years, and as my career has blossomed since he's left. So that's, our relationship is what it is. But I guess it's probably funny for the other guys who don't know him. I remember the first time I ever met Phil, and he was taking people money on the cornhole board, So I don't know how much of that has changed, but I know he's here ready to roll, happy to be, back amongst the guys and able to compete. So.
And the opportunities you had to go up against Phil, practicing, you guys had camp and stuff. What are the things that stood out about him, even at that point, that you expect to carry over now?
I mean, he's just elite mental fortitude, understanding of the game. There's not a defense that he has not seen, and obviously he was still in tune with everything. Talking to him feels like you're talking to Shane. I know he's going to be ready. I know he's going to be capable of making the throws. They said the throwing session looked great. We'll see it again today. To be honest with you, he's got more talent in that receiver room this time around too. So I'm looking to see how them boys turn up and hold him down too. So
I know you know him. I know you've been around him, but was it still weird coming into this locker room? Seeing this guy in here with y'all?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a crazy situation. I don't know. How many times in NFL, you have a quarterback playing like MVP caliber, break a leg towards Achilles, another young great quarterback, get hurt pregame, and then even Riley getting banged up too. So it's a unique situation. So like I said, it's not that many options out there, but obviously getting Phil up in there, somebody who understands the offense first and foremost, who's able to make the things go, make the right decisions, get them in the right calls, and make the throws is the most important.
See, how much do you appreciate just the willingness to try? Because he was saying he couldn't live with himself if he didn't go for it.
Well, that's new Cheppy, baby. That's all he knows. I know who Phil is, and I understand, his competitive nature. He's probably the most competitive player I ever played with or against. I remember trash talking back in 2019 in LA. I wasn't even on the field, and he talking to me. So that's just the type of guy Phil is. But he's a competitor, so I know he can go out there and compete.
Zaire, coming back to practice this week, just handling the toughness he has to get back out there on the practice field. What does that mean to this team?
I mean, that's the standard of our building. Guys, you got guys like, Buck, Quenton, Pittman, Grove. I don't want to say playing hurt is the baseline, but we know we got a responsibility not only to the team, but I really say to each other. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that drives us more than anything else. When I'm out there and I'm picking myself up off the ground, I know it's because Kenny need me out there. You know what I mean? And when I'm helping Grove up, and I know he hurting because he know I need him out there. So Buck know we need him out there. So I know who he is, and he's going to push himself to be out there as soon as he possibly can. So
to share the locker room again with Phillip Rivers, is this something you ever thought that you would see in your career, having this reunion with him as your quarterback?
No.
What was your reaction when you knew that Shane and Chris were reaching out to Phil and that he had interest in at least wanting to try and see what he could do for this team again?
I was excited and appreciate him coming back.
What did you learn from Phil in 2020?
A lot. He knows the game really well. He's one of the smartest guys I've been around. And he's a great competitor, a great quarterback. And, yeah.
You guys have a lot on the line coming up on Sunday. 4 games to go, but you still are everything you want is in front of you. What is the mindset with the guys like yourself and the leaders on this team right now as you get ready for Seattle?
The mindset is give everything you got every single day, every single practice walkthrough, meeting, laser focused. How can I improve and how can I be my best on Sunday?
Philip mentioned how much the familiarity with guys in this locker room, yourself included, guys like JT and Pitt, had to do with his decision, and that helped convince him to come back and give whatever he could to this team. How much do you know he's going to give and pour in to whatever he can do to put this team in a position to win?
Yeah, he's going to give everything he's got.
I mean, I have so many. I mean, probably the thing that sticks out to me is how many times I heard the phrase "dadgummit Pitt." I mean, like my first year, I would do something wrong, and it's "dadgummit Pitt." I probably heard that 100 times, so probably that.
What's your reaction?
When you think about it, you think, yeah, let's do this and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You know, like we don't know what's going to happen, and we're going to play as hard as we can, and we're going to come out, and we're going to give effort, and we think that we can win this game. So we're going to do everything that we can to put ourselves in that position.
What was your first reaction just hearing that this could be a possibility you guys could bring Phil back into?
Yeah, I mean, like at first, I did think it was kind of funny, but then I really sat there and thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Like Philip really invented this offense, like just like this is offense that he's ran, and if we were gonna go get a guy, I mean, I think he's him. So, yeah.
But he's 44.
Yeah, I mean, age is just a number. I mean, he's 44. I mean, how old was Tom Brady like when he last played? Probably 43, 42. So hey,
46, 45. I think it was, or something.
45. All right. So like just like he's younger than Tom was. So let's go.
How much juice does he give you guys, though? I mean, just how far as getting you fired up to go play these final 4 games?
Absolutely. I mean, he came in and gave us a nice speech, and like you just know when Philip gets up there and like he's gone. I mean, and like just like the way that he does it without saying a single curse word, it's just gets everybody fired up. So.
But
awesome.
I mean, what's your level of enthusiasm with him, knowing that there is a good chance he could play on Sunday?
Absolutely. I mean, like you got a guy like whose mind is super sharp, and like I said, like he knows his offense better than anyone. So he's been out of it for a few, but hey, like if he gets his chance, then who knows?
You've been one of the leaders on this team. Like I'm sure you heard the noise. You lose your starting quarterback. The season's over. What is the mindset with the leaders on this team, knowing you got 4 games and you still have a chance to make the playoffs here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's unfortunate to lose Dan the way that he was playing and everything that he means to this team, but that, like that is the thing about football is it's a team game and we got to keep going, and we have a chance to make the playoffs, so we got to pursue that and keep on pushing on, and at the end of these 4 games, we'll look back and see if we're in position, and like we'll keep rolling.
Through all those dadgummit pits, how did he make you a better receiver as a rookie?
Absolutely. I mean, he taught me everything that I know about being a pro and about being able to show up each and every day, individual, like from that last day, and don't let the good, the bad affect your next day. And like I feel like that's really helped me throughout my whole career to get to where I'm at.
How much do you appreciate his willingness to just try and go for it? Because he said he couldn't live with himself. If he didn't, just see if he could do it.
Absolutely. I mean, there are probably a ton of guys who would have got that call and like would have said no. So just the fact that him knowing that he hasn't played since 2020 and being so eager to come out here and put on pads again, it shows that he's ready and he's fired up.
As you guys know, signed Phillip Rivers to the practice squad. Super excited for him. His passion and his obsession for the game is unmatched. For him to come back and want to do this at 44 years old, I think is incredible. And I know he's going to give everything to this organization that he has. Sunday after the game, when Daniel went down and then we found out about Riley's knee, we're kind of like, hey, what are we going to do? And me and Chris were talking, and we're like, hey, let's call Phillip, see what he says. Called him Sunday night. We said, hey, what do you think? He said, heck yeah, I'm interested, heck yeah. And so he slept on it. I said, sleep on it. And then Monday, called him back Monday morning. He said, I need to get up there. I need to get up there and throw, get in that building, start moving around. So he came in here, threw. He didn't forget how to throw a football. So we did that Monday. And then Tuesday, he was in the hotel thinking it over. He called us. Me and Chris were in the office. Said, what do you think? He said, dadgummit, let's freaking go. And so we said, let's do it. And so we're excited for his opportunity. Like I said, he's one of the most passionate players I've ever been around. The obsession for the game is off the charts. So I know he's fired up to be back in this building. He's been with a lot of these guys when he played here last. So looking forward to that.
How soon has it been 5 years? Is Sunday possible? Does he need a week and a half? What do you think?
Yeah, we're going to go through this week of practice, see how it goes, and then we'll make a decision at the end of the week probably. So we're going to get him through practice.
What's Riley's situation?
Riley will practice. He'll practice today. He's dealing with the knee, but he will practice.
If Riley's healthy, will he start?
We'll see how the week goes. We'll get to the end of the week and make that decision.
Are there enough similarities in the playbook that you guys used with the Chargers that he's going to come in and know what you're doing?
Yeah, it's all the same. It's been the same offense since I was with him all those years at the Chargers. So, yeah, he's got good familiarity, obviously in the building all day yesterday, dialing in on the first, second down game plan, looking at third downs, all those different things. So, yeah.
He's obviously not in football shape. Where does that factor into all of it?
Yeah, that's part of it. We got to get him through this week of practice. Obviously, he's been throwing and working out and stuff, but obviously football shape's a little different. So we'll get him back in this week, see how the week goes, and make a decision at the end of the week.
How has it been for you getting back in the meeting room with Phil?
It's pretty wild. It's kind of a full circle moment, to be honest. Being back in the meeting room with him, just his energy, his passion for the game, sitting in that QB meeting yesterday, talking through things, and his hand gestures and everything he's got going. He stepped right back into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, nothing's changed. His brain, like I said, he's one of the smartest players, coaches I've ever been around. The way he sees the game is on a whole different level.
Shane, how do you define football shape?
I think you got to go out and do it. You know what I mean? I think you got to get into the rhythm of it. That's the biggest thing for him. He's got to get into the rhythm. He's got to feel the pass rush, do all those different things to get back into it.
Shane, how hard was this for you? Was it hard just to wrap you and Chris, wrap y'all's brains around? We're going to ask a 44-year-old granddad. Is that a hurdle you had to get over for yourself?
Yeah, we said, hey, shoot, we're looking at our options out there, and obviously he knows the system. He's played this game at the highest level of any, the quarterbacks that have played in this league forever. And obviously had those conversations with him. We had those conversations. And like I said, we're really excited for his opportunity. I think it's awesome.
Shane, I don't want to put words in your mouth. It sounds like you're saying, depending on what you see from Philip this week, he could start independent of Riley's situation.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, it depends on how he feels, too. He's going to get through the week of practice, see how he feels at the end of the week, and we'll go from there.
How much do you think age played a factor or not? Because he is 44.
Mm-hmm.
There's only been 6 guys, if he were to play the age in the NFL.
Yeah, that's part of it, right? I think obviously age is, you get older, and but I think the cool thing is that he wants to do it. I think that's pretty freaking cool. The guy's done so much in his career. He's a semifinalist Hall of Fame, and he still wants to do it. And I think that sends volumes and message to everybody like, hey, man, you get to play this game, and I got an opportunity to go do it again. And I think the obsession that he has for the game to get back on the field with his teammates is going to be awesome.
Shane, 4 games to go, who's your starting quarterback? A lot of folks will be like, hey, this is over. What do you want here? What do you tell your guys here 4 games to go? Just sign this 44-year-old.
Yeah, I think you got a guy that's done it at a high level. Obviously, it's been some time for him. But the leadership that he has and the juice he's going to bring to this football team is going to, I think it's going to be awesome for our guys. Just out on the practice field, in those meeting rooms. Like I said, we're 8-5. We got everything we want in front of us, and we got to go do it. We got a hell of a challenge this week in Seattle that we got to get ready for.
With Riley's knee, are you guys confident he could play, or is that something you guys have to figure out in practice this week?
Yeah, he's going to go through practice, but he's feeling good, so we'll see how the week goes.
Shane, should Riley start, given his connection, his familiarity with Philip, how much of an asset can Philip also be in preparing Riley for what?
Oh, it's going to be huge. Obviously, a guy, he was coming out of the draft, and Philip was helping him out of the draft, so there's a lot of familiarity there with those two guys. So it'll be good to see that dynamic now in the meeting room all the time. So it's huge to have a guy, a veteran presence for Riley, for sure.
Shane, if it's not this week, do you believe Phil can get to a level of play that fits the last 4 difficult games you have to win those games?
Yeah, that's the belief, and I think he believes that too. If we didn't believe that, he wouldn't be here. So he's got the belief and he's got the passion to go do it.
Shane, will Braden practice today?
He will not.
So
And then,
clear,
yeah.
he came to here with the opportunity to play football. Because I know a lot of conversations have been about mentoring and all that.
Uh-huh.
He came to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
As you guys were in the wake of Sunday and you guys realized that Riley had the knee injury, did you guys reach out to anyone else? And was Phil kind of like the first person you guys reached out to?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations. I mean, there's people we reached out to, and obviously Phil was one of them.
I know over the years it's been reported like Phil runs kind of the same offense at St. Michael's Catholic. When you talked to him just about offense, what were those conversations like maybe over the last couple of years when you've been the Colts head coach?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Even when we were together talking football, his plays, our plays, video clips, talking through those, and here we hit this play versus this, and same terminology and stuff. So that part's and he's been in it. I mean, so his brain's still rolling on football, and obviously it's exciting to get him back in the fold.
I don't know if you remember this, but
where you practice today.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I want to get some juice going this week for sure, and then obviously it'll also help with Phillip too, being in here too, getting some reps.
I know you guys talk regularly. I don't know if you remember this, was a long time ago. His last year here, he played with a foot injury.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't really mobile. Did he ever talk to you about that?
Oh, heck yeah, he did.
What do you remember about that? Because I think, obviously you think about lack of mobility at 44, but he didn't really have it that year because of the foot. So.
Yeah. No, I know. He had the big toe injury or whatever it was, and he played on it. I mean, he's as tough as they get. I mean, to suit it up for however many games in a row that he's played, I mean, he's tough as nails. I mean, he's been through some stuff. I mean, even when I was with him, I mean, just battling through things. And I think it was so important to him that he was always out there for his teammates, and that meant something to him. He's like, I'm going out there to fight for my guys, and I don't care what I have and what I got. Like, I'm going to play. And so the injuries that he's battled through in his career, speak volumes of his toughness.
Shane, will either Forrest Buckner or Sauce Gardner practice today?
Sauce Gardner will not, but we are putting Buck will practice in a limited. He's back. Yeah.
Shane, what will practice show you about the, what do you see? Is it velocity? Is it movement?
Yeah, I think it's the movement stuff in the pocket. That's going to be the biggest thing for him, obviously. Taking drops in the pocket, feeling the pass rush, all those things, I think will be the biggest thing for him.
Does Phillip have a way about getting on the same page with receivers quickly?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he wants it a certain way and how he wants it run and the windows that he's trying to throw it into. And obviously he's got some familiarity with the guys. Mo Alley Cox he played with, Pittman he played with, JT he's played with. So I think that's pretty special, too, that he's coming back in this building to play with some of those guys that he went to battle with, back in 2020.
How does Brett Rippon factor into all this? Because he was on your roster.
Yeah.
Been here for 7 weeks. So
Yeah, he's progressing well. He's part of the 3 quarterbacks that we got on the roster right now, and he's progressing well.
Shane, I guess we haven't really asked about Seattle. Their defensive numbers pretty impressive. What do you see?
They fly around. I think their head coach does a good job defensively with their scheme. Their pass rush, Leonard Williams is a hell of a player inside. Obviously, they're stopping the run really well, doing some good things on the back end with their coverages and their disguises. So we're excited to go into a hostile environment and getting fired up for the challenge.
How much will that environment dictate whether you start a rookie for the first time ever versus a guy who started 200 some years?
Yeah, I think we got to get through the week. Not so much worried about the environment. Just get through the week, see how practice goes, and then we'll go from there.
Shane, why now? Because he has talked in the past about having opportunities to come out of retirement. So what were those conversations like about finally going through it?
Well, I think a little bit, too, is he has a belief that he can do it. And obviously we called him, and we're in the hunt. And, I mean, he's like, man, we got a chance. And I'm going to go. And if I can be a part of that, that's freaking awesome. And so he's fired up for the challenge. I know that. And if he wasn't fired up for the challenge, he wouldn't do it.
What do you think being teammates with several of these guys just 5 years ago, JT, Michael Pittman Jr. factors into how he can quickly integrate with some of the newer guys?
Yeah, I think it's good. Obviously, a guy that's done it at a high level and played with those guys, I think there's obviously a level of respect right off the gate of what he's done. I know the guys are fired up to have him in the building for sure.
Shane,
a couple more.
Sure, at any point in your time here with the Colts, did you ever reach out to Phillip just engage with him?
No, we would talk. That was it. And then this is something that just came up.
Shane, is there any part of you that says we've lost 4 or 5, we need juice, and he is juice?
He does give us juice, I'll tell you that. I know that. He's going to have a ton of it. So I think that helps for sure. I definitely think it helps.
Is he the first player that you will have coached that's older than you?
I've coached someone who was older than me before, so it's obviously with age, everyone gets older. So
that was true 10 years ago.
That was true 10 years ago. So yeah.
All right. You guys good?
Yeah. All great. All right, guys. Yeah. Daniel's good.
The surgery went well. Okay. So he's going to get questions. Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.